Obviously, climate change is a very big issue. It's a primary issue of the Biden-Harris administration and many progressives, especially in Congress. Currently, the United States is the global leader in greenhouse gas reduction, more than all of Europe and England combined times two. West Virginia, though, has been somewhat less, how can I say, they're not quite matching up to what the progressives would like. Obviously, West Virginia, major coal industry, major energy production for the United States. If you are elected, how would you resolve that conflict?
Well, honestly, I wish that West Virginia would grow a bigger backbone. I think that we've played too nice with the climate change cult people on this issue. We need to get back to mining our coal and burning coal and everything else, and tell the federal government to come stop us if they want to stop us. But we're not going to quit. We're going to do whatever it is that we want to do, because it's not any of their business. And so the climate change is a hoax. It's one of the greatest hoaxes of all time. Al Gore is. Goodness gracious, maybe the greatest grifter of all time. It started off as global warming, and then they changed the, I think actually in the 70s, it started off as though we're waiting on an ice age of some sort. And now it's climate change, because the climate is always changing. It's going to be warm tomorrow or rain tomorrow. And the climate is always changing, so they can blame it on that every single time. So the left is really smart in how they label things. But it's a hoax, and there's absolutely zero proof of man-made causing climate change, if you will. And look, even if we wanted to follow all the ridiculous protocols that they're pushing out there, it wouldn't matter. You got China and India and all these other countries just they're polluting the country at such a high rate it wouldn't even matter. But I'll say this: if green energy technology, I believe in capitalism and the free market. And so if they can compete in a free open market, or people just want to willingly pay more, I support the freedom to do those things. What I don't support is taxing natural resources, natural energy, and using those tax dollars to turn around and prop up and subsidize green energy companies. It's false. It's fake. They cannot compete financially with, or even efficiently. And look, like I said, I think what Elon Musk is doing is pretty cool. He's doing a lot of neat things. And I think that long term, it's probably a pretty good idea to look at alternative uses. I think it's crazy to stick our heads in the sand and say, no, we're only going to use coal. I think it's equally as dumb to say we're never going to use coal again. And so I think that we normally, in a normal time, you would have a transition period where what you would see is, you're using all this coal and gas and oil, and then the green energy comes onto the scene, and over time it would, do this in theory and replace. But what happened is they said, well, we got to tax the natural resources and subsidize the green energy. So we just all of a sudden went swoosh, all in like 2 or 3 years time. They can't even keep California. They're doing rolling blackouts as we sit right now. And that's without all the other cars they're wanting to plug in, and the gas stoves that they're trying to get rid. This is crazy. And so I believe in freedom. I believe in the capitalism. I believe in the free market. And if it can compete on an open free market, then let it compete, and I support their freedom to do that.
Okay, so I'm not quite understanding the answer to my question. So if you're elected, are you going to support introducing more green energy to West Virginia?
No.
Support more maintaining the level currently and maintaining coal production, or something otherwise? I wasn't clear.
No to both of those. I'm going to propose that we open up the gas and the coal, and completely. I don't think that keeping status quo is the answer. Definitely don't think that bending the knee to these climate change cultist people is the answer either. So to answer your question, I think that the issue is we have too many Republicans, especially from energy producing states, who are attempting to appease the climate change cultist people. I'm not here to play patty cake politics. I'm not here to compromise with them. West Virginia needs strong leadership, and the federal person can't do this, but our governor and whoever else, they need to grow a backbone and say, we're going to build coal-fired power plants. We're going to put our people back to mining coal. We're going to drill for natural gas. And if you don't like it, then you can come here and you're going to meet our National Guard the same way that you're meeting the National Guard in Texas right now on the border. That's what I would do is if I was in charge of West Virginia. Look, San Francisco and these other states can say, we are a sanctuary city and you're not allowed to come here and deport people. Well, West Virginia is going to be a sanctuary state for natural energy resources. That's what we should do. And just tell the federal government to go kick rocks and go pound sand. We're not here to appease them. The federal government was created by the states and the people, not the other way around. And it's about time that we return this power back to the states. We got to get rid of these three-letter agencies. They're unconstitutional. We have unelected bureaucrats who are running our country behind the scenes right now. For instance, the ATF, every single gun law in existence is unconstitutional. And therefore, the ATF, the EPA, the Department of Education, all these places, they need to be defunded and abolished, return that power back to the states, back to the local communities where there's actual accountability, and you and me and we the people have the power.